The application of distribution law is in the process of extraction. Here you are looking two immiscible liquids, and the two immiscible liquids are A and B with the different colors, and there is a solute X which distributes itself between the two solvents A and B. It is more it will be more soluble in the one of the component, it will be less soluble in the another component. We take the help of the distribution law by choosing a solvent in which the solute is more soluble than the solvent in which it is present. How this is being done, let us see here. So the simple formula for the distribution law, it is concentration of solute in the one solvent divided by concentration of the solute in the another solvent, that is constant, that is equal to the partition coefficient, or that is equal to the distribution coefficient. Now how it is used in the process of extraction, that we will see here. I make a supposition here. Suppose X gram of the solute, it is present in 1 liter solvent, and that solvent for the time being it is the aqueous phase, means it is present in the water. Since the solute which is present, it is more soluble in the another solvent, that is the ether here. So it is extracted with the 1 liter of the ether in a single lot. In a single lot means whole of the ether will be utilized at a single time, that is the single lot. So care should be taken that choice of the solvent should be such that solute should be more soluble in the solvent with which you are going to extract than the solvent in which it is being present. So putting the same condition in the words, let the partition coefficient of the solute, it is 2 times in ether than the water. It means it is twice more soluble in the ether than the water. So that is the choice of the solvent for that. If we apply the Nernst distribution law, then concentration in the ether layer, it will be, and divided by the concentration in the water, that will be equal to 2. So let us see here how the conditions work when we are going to utilize it in the single lot. So let X gram of the solute, it is being extracted by 1 liter of the ether, and now applying the Nernst law here. So it is X now that is being extracted per liter. Ether that is being used is in liter amount. So X divided by 1000, that is the concentration now left in the ether, that is present in the ether, and X minus X. Total it was X that was present in the capital X, that was present in the aqueous phase. X has been moved to the which layer? To the ether layer. So X minus X, that is present now in the aqueous layer, divided by 1000 divided by 2. Now how the layers are separated, that is a different issue. Layers are separated with the help of a separating funnel. See here, that is the separating funnel by which we separate the two components. So as in the previous lecture I discussed the distribution of the iodine in the water and the CCl4. So there is a presence of 2 layers. So place that liquid in the separating funnel. So that is the separating funnel. It has opening at the bottom. You can open it from the bottom, and you can run the layers so that one layer is separate from the another layer. So see here, as they were present in the beakers, in the same manner they are present in the separating funnel. So there is a knob at the bottom, you can open this knob so that the one volume of this volume will run down through this separating funnel. This level will move down, and as the level will move down, the one of the layer, it is separate from the another layer. So we have to nothing to do. Wherever it is present, you have to shake it with the ether, and then you have to put in the separating funnel and then run down the solution so that the volume or the level that runs down, so it is the lower liquid that is running down, upper liquid it is as it is. So one liquid, it is separated from the another liquid. That is the way of the separation. See here, it is moving down. जैसे ही मूव कर जाएगी वैसे ही आपने यहाँ से नोब जो है वो क्लोज कर देनी है. So now we apply this Nernst distribution law here. It is small x passed to the ether layer, and x minus x that is left in the water, that is equal to 2. Now solve it. We will get this small x divided by this factor equal to 2, and when you will solve the equation, you will find that x is equal to small x that is being extracted. It is 2/3 of the total concentration that was present, or simply it is 67% extraction is there when whole of the ether has been utilized in the one lot. Now let us see how it is economical to use the extracting solvent. That solvent ether was used in the one extraction. Now I will use the same ether in 2 lots. That lot will be divided into 500 ml each. So 1 liter of the ether is divided into 500 ml and 500 ml. Again applying this Nernst distribution law. Suppose x1 is the amount that passes to the 500 ml, then x minus x1 that is left in the butter, that is equal to 2. Go on solving the equation. You will find that x1 is equal to 0.50x, means 50% of the total amount that has been extracted when you are using 500 ml ether. Now 500 ml ether now again left because you have used only half lot. So for the second extraction, I make a supposition that x2 is the amount that is being extracted by the another 500 lot. So x2 divided by 500, it is 50% ऑलरेडी एक्सट्रैक्ट हो चुका है, तो यहाँ x की बजाय xy2 वाटर में बचा होगा, उसमें से भी x2 पास हो गया कहां पर, ईथर लेयर में. सो xy2 minus x2 divided by 1000, now it is left in the water layer, that is equal to 2. Go on solving the equation. As you will solve the equation, you will find that x2 second time extraction is 0.25x. It means 25% of the total it will extract in the second extraction. So as a total we can say that in the first lot 50%, in the second lot 25%, in the total it becomes the 75% extraction is there by using ether in the 2 slots. But when you are using it in a single slot, then only 67% extraction is there. It means it is economical to use the extracting solvent in small lots instead of using it in the single lot. We can derive a general formula for this extraction process also, that is derived in a different way. How that is being derived? Here in the upper calculations, we only said that how much ether is used and make the supposition that x1 and x2 that is being extracted by the extracting solvent. Now we will not use the same methodology here. What a different methodology is used here, that now weights are being taken for the solute in this calculation, and volume in the mLs that is being taken for the solvent as well as for the extracting solvent as well as solvent in which it is present or the solution that is there. We will use the way that how much amount of the solute it is left in the solvent. ऊपर जो कैलकुलेशन थी उन कैलकुलेशन में कितना सॉल्यूट पास हो गया एक्सट्रैक्टिंग सॉल्वेंट में, ये सपोज किया था. इसमें ये चेक करेंगे कि कितना सॉल्यूट जो है वो बच गया, दैट इज लेफ्ट इन द सॉल्यूशन विच इज प्रेजेंट ऑलरेडी और विच इज प्रेजेंट इन द सॉल्वेंट. So suppose W gram of the solute, it was present originally in the V ml of aqueous solution. Let another solvent in small b lots, small b is the volume that is being used for the extraction here, is utilized for the extraction. Let K be the partition coefficient of the solute in aqueous solution and the solvent. Previously it was in extracting solvent to the aqueous solution. वहां पर रिवर्स केस था, यहां पर उल्टा केस लिखा मैंने. लेट के बी द पार्टीशन कोएफिशिएंट, इट इज कंसंट्रेशन इन द सॉल्यूशन डिवाइडेड बाय कंसंट्रेशन इन द एक्सट्रैक्टिंग सॉल्वेंट. दिस इज द फार्मूला हेयर यूटिलाइज्ड. जो रेशियो है उसको किसी भी वे में यूटिलाइज किया जा सकता है, either concentration in the one divided by concentration in the second or concentration in the second divided by concentration in the one. चाहे सेकंड सॉल्वेंट को पहले लो चाहे फर्स्ट सॉल्वेंट को पहले लो. यही एक केस होगा कि एक में अगर वो 2 है तो सेकंड के केस में पार्टीशन कोएफिशिएंट 1/2 हो जाएगा. दैट डिपेंड्स हाउ यू एक्सप्रेस द पार्टीशन कोएफिशिएंट. ओके, प्रीवियस केस में जो डिस्कशन थी वो यहां है आपके पास. Here concentration in ether it was taken divided by concentration in water, that is used for this calculation. Now which I am going to use now, in that case it is not the same formula. It is now concentration in water divided by concentration in solvent. मीन्स अगर पिछला एग्जाम्पल लेना हो तो C इन वाटर डिवाइडेड बाय C इन ईथर, वहां उल्टा लिया था C इन ईथर डिवाइडेड बाय C इन वाटर. So that you have to define that K is the partition coefficient where it is equal to concentration in water, concentration in ether or extracting solvent. Now I make a supposition here that W1 will be left in the aqueous phase after the first extraction. So W1 will be left in the capital VML and W minus W1 now it will be shift to the V small v, that is the extracting solvent, that will be equal to K. If you will solve the equation then you will get the W1 value as it is equal to KV divided by it is small v plus kv into W. So what are these? W1 is the amount that is left in the aqueous phase, K is the partition coefficient, V it is the volume of the solution that is being taken, W is the total amount of solute that is present in the solution at the start. Now let in the second extraction W2 is left in the aqueous solution. Now by applying the Nernst distribution law, W2 it is left in the VML, ये कांस्टेंट रहेगा जो एक्सट्रैक्टिंग जिस सोल्यूशन में प्रेजेंट है उसका वॉल्यूम जो वो चेंज नहीं होगा. W1 पहले बच गया था सोल्यूशन में, लेकिन अब W2 बचा है तो W1 में से W2 जो वो दैट विल बी लेफ्ट इन द दैट विल पास टू द विच इट विल पास टू द VML ऑफ द solute और सोल्यूट नॉट सॉल्वेंट, एक्सट्रैक्टिंग सॉल्वेंट में ही इतना पास हो जाएगा. नाउ अगेन सॉल्व दिस इक्वेशन. एज यू गो ऑन सॉल्विंग दिस इक्वेशन यू विल फाउंड दैट W2 इज इक्वल टू KB प्लस KB इंटू W1. W1 की वैल्यू ऊपर आपने निकाली हुई है, उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो. यू विल गेट W2 इज इक्वल टू KB डिवाइडेड बाई V प्लस KB का स्क्वायर इंटू W. This is the amount left in the solution. K is the partition coefficient. B is the volume of the solution in which the solute is present. Small v is that amount which for the extracting solvent which you are utilizing for the extraction. And W is the amount that is originally present. This is for the second extraction. If you go on applying this formula, let again W3 is left in the solution in this way. Then for nth extraction we will have Wn is equal to, it is KVV plus KV into raised to power n into W. Now that is the amount that will be left in the aqueous phase or in the solution phase after nth extraction, when you are using the extracting solvent in small b lots. So this should be equal to very much less, बहुत कम बचना चाहिए किसमें, aqueous phase में या जिस solution में वो already present है. W तो चेंज नहीं होगा, जो स्टार्टिंग में अमाउंट प्रेजेंट है तो ये इससे फैक्टर से मल्टीप्लाइड है, तो ये फैक्टर क्या होना चाहिए, मिनिमम होना चाहिए. मिनिमम कैसे हो सकता है, जब आपके पास ये क्वांटिटी जो है वो मिनिमम होनी चाहिए. मींस Wn की वैल्यू कितनी होनी चाहिए, मिनिमम. और उस मिनिमम के लिए KB अपॉन B प्लस KB जो है वो मिनिमम होना चाहिए. और ये कब मिनिमम होगा, चाहे आप सिंगल लॉट में यूज कर रहे हैं या 2 या 3 में, तो जितने ज्यादा टाइम n की वैल्यू होगी, सपोज इट इज ए फ्रैक्शन KB अपॉन B प्लस KB और फ्रैक्शन आती है 1/2, तो 1/2 का स्क्वायर करोगे तो कितना आएगा 1/4, तो 1/2 से 0.5 से 0.25 हो गई, और उसको स्क्वायर करोगे तो उसकी वैल्यू और कम हो जाएगी, 1/16 हो जाएगी, और उसको स्क्वायर करोगे तो उसकी वैल्यू 1/256 हो जाएगी. तो जैसे जैसे आप इसकी n की वैल्यू इंक्रीज करते जाओगे तो ये फ्रैक्शन जो है KB अपॉन B प्लस KB, दैट फ्रैक्शन विल गो ऑन डिक्रीजिंग एंड डिक्रीजिंग. तो ये तब मिनिमम होगा जब n की वैल्यू मैक्सिमम आएगी. इट मीन्स इट इज एडवाइजेबल when you are going to extract particular solute from a solution, then extracting solvent should be utilized in very small amounts. Later we will discuss another topic.